now Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Seth Bohnhoff.
Plenty of sunshine still across the area this evening as we look live in Decatur. You got a nice blue sky here, maybe a few clouds in the background. And of course, very prominent in the foreground there, the American flag as we get ready for the 4th of July tomorrow. Looking at that satellite and radar picture, notice that there's not a whole lot happening here across this part of the country. There's kind of just a few clouds popping up here and there. There have been maybe a pop-up storm or two somewhere in Iowa or over in Michigan, but right here in Illinois, there's just not a whole lot happening, but that's allowed that sun to kind of heat us up here pretty quickly. It is still 88 degrees in Champaign, 89 in Danville, 89 degrees up there in Watseka. But even though those temperatures are up there closer to 90, the dew points are the big difference because it feels a little nicer outside today compared to into last week, because these numbers are in the mid-60s, whereas last week they were in the mid-70s, so the heat index not nearly as much of a factor, so that air just feels a lot more comfortable to be out in. As we look ahead to the rest of the night, upper 60s for your overnight lows under mostly clear skies. So again, keeping the activity very minimal, and that'll stay that way as we head on into the 4th of July tomorrow. Those temperatures are going to be dialed up just a couple of degrees compared to what we had today, though. Going for about 92 or 93 tomorrow. Keeping that up into Saturday as well. Then on to Sunday, we will see a drop in the temps owing to some rain chances. I do think tomorrow is going to be dry pretty much completely all day long. Same situation Saturday, although there might be just a few kind of early arriving showers or storms there into the very tail end of the evening. But you look at how things will play out for your 4th. It'll be a great afternoon to go out there, celebrate, and of course fire up some burgers and dogs on the grill. But keep in mind, temperatures will be down there into the low 90s. And we look at how that stacks up here across the last decade plus of the 4th of July here in the area. Tomorrow's forecast is set to be about 92 degrees. It's actually tied for the warmest 4th of July in the last 12 years, but not in the last 13 years, because 2012, well, we had ourselves an extra toasty one when the high was 100 degrees here in Champaign. So obviously we've had some worse days in the past, but 92 still pretty hot when you consider how things have played out here in the last several years. Rain chances increase as we head on into Sunday. That's as a new system starts to move on through. But then after that, those rain chances become a lot more isolated, but they will be kind of on a daily basis as we get that northwest flow. We start to get some of that heat and humidity to return, and you just kind of get those sporadic opportunities there into the afternoon. Let's take a look at how future track plays out. There's that low pressure and cold front along with it. Again, staying dry tomorrow, but towards the tail end of Saturday and Saturday night, we could start to see some of those early arriving storms there in the picture. But I think most of the activity is going to wait until Sunday, and it could be pretty widespread looking at how models are currently projecting things. But then you get those daily chances again until about Wednesday, when another system kind of moves on through and will increase those chances across the area. As far as widespread rainfall totals, you can't really guarantee anything big just because everything's going to be scattered in nature, but it's going to be the same situation we saw last week there, where people who get the rain probably get quite a bit. People who miss out obviously aren't going to end up with too much. Drought monitor doesn't look too bad, but we have that stripe of abnormally dry conditions there across the central part of the area that we could use a little work on here the next few days. Temperatures will fall as that front moves through on Sunday. We're going to see those upper 80s return into much of this upcoming week. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Of course, tomorrow, the big day to watch for, and things are looking pretty good. We can deal with a little bit of that heat. Good thing there's not really much in the way of rain chances until Sunday. So get out there and celebrate. 92 might be a little hot, but you know what? When you're out there having a good time and celebrating, 92 doesn't feel so bad.
Not at all. You're kind of a space guy.